And look at Sue. He's just waiting here. So I think they're throwing the first wall. Then they're going to pretend like, well, now the real attack is coming to the B-bomb side. So they're starting to try and set that up, but they get flashed in instead, and Elite goes down. That is a real disaster for the Fake. I love the idea, and honestly, in spite of the kills over here, you could tell on the minimap there, MIBR were actually rotating out to the B-bomb site, so I think the Fake would have worked. Unfortunately, I mean, it's actually strangely winnable. It's not a big chance here for Liquid, but one good Glock kill to entry with. You never really know. Trying to get it right there, but kick it, shooting him at the side of the head instead. Breno sort of fumbling the lines a bit here, but Insani's got him on the other side. Sui's going to be going down, and MIBR will pick up the round to begin with. So, yeah, great work.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
Kazakhstan players, it's had a lot of success over the years. But in the here and now, we have full rifles on both sides. Liege is going to be leading the charge through the smokes on middle. Molotov's also down into corners, going to allow him to focus into window, and he will pluck off the head of Clint. And is looking for more, but catches a grenade for his troubles.
You almost wanted to re-engage there. Breno, this is a wild play. After you know there's a player down there, pushing up to try and fight against Ultimate. I think the real thought there for Breno is that it's such a surprise that he would have been there, that he has an advantage. In the fight, he probably had an advantage, but nice shot from Ultimate on the other side. Not with the AWP yet, but definitely, I think, a player that's shown, like, his highs are really high for Ultimate. The consistency sometimes is lacking, but when he is good, it's super scary.
Damage inflicted, and now MIBR left to stew in this one. What's their decision process going to be? And they decide to rotate 2 of their 3 over onto B, and that would be the correct decision in terms of trying to fend off the push. It's going to be 2-pronged, though. 2 players also going to a catwalk who have dealt with Kicker. FP9 sprays down. 1 exit, picks up a second, still alive, and opens it up for Insani to punish. And although it's a 1v2, one of these 2 players is exceptionally low, but Shui will put down Insani. It was looking like it may just line up for him.
Trying to blow open the smoke to see if anyone's hiding inside of it, which definitely can be the case, but yeah, Liquid, they're up behind the cards up at the top here. Oh, it's a good idea, and Sue able to pick it up. Klim is down and out.
Yeah, dead and buried. Liege going to be traipsing over some of the fallen enemies. There's a bit of a carbon copy from the last round, just peering up onto the catwalk. Exit in a pretty tumultuous position, but not for the first time. He's going to pass with flying colors for the first player. Knew that he couldn't stay in that same position. The problem is that there was no help, no reprieve from his teammates. And with a minute left on the clock, the bomb's starting to get planted down, and Sani's position now has certainly been confirmed as his feet get singed from the Molotov. But already post-plant positions have been assumed. I don't think there's too much that MIBR can do about this.
And the following round, but as soon as Liquid have had rifles, it's been a little bit one-sided so far. Sue, oh, this is sick though, walking in, and Sani's actually reloading on the other side. The timing is epic for Sue, but is he going to be able to get the both kills? No, none of them, in fact. Exit turns around and shuts him down. Oh, that was a real big window.
Oh, an exit from strength to strength, though, is going to make the most of this and punish it. Second kill comes through, and although Nafas get 1, he's going to be put down instantly, and Nerds on 19 ADR. 0-4 can do nothing at the end to stop the rot. Scampering through an underpass side. Just 40 seconds left, and although they do have mid, these smokes are going to begin to fade sooner rather than later. They're going to replenish it and allow Elish to get up, and he gets the entry, and then just runs back out again.
It's a disgusting play with the smoke for Liege as well to make that jump up here. Kicker in so much trouble. He does get the kill, but it's unfortunately a little bit too late here. Breno at the back, only 20 seconds left. Oh, he just barely shows himself. And Ultimate is there. Crosshair trained on the corner. Klim shows up. He wants to get away, but unfortunately he's stuck by the bin. That is not how you want to go. Honestly, let's see how long it lasts for, because that's always the problem for Liquid, is that when things go off the rails, sometimes they just go completely off the rails and there's no recovering anything. So in the back of my mind, I'm still waiting for that. Nuts has got 0 kills. Not that it's necessarily a disaster yet. Oh my god, that is a disaster though. Insani caught in the window, jumping away. More display here of Elige and his ridiculous mechanics.
And unfortunately, I think that kind of spurred Exit into action. You've lost a player, you have very little utility across the team, you don't have a kit. You kind of have to get aggressive at that point. You can't just turtle in, you will always pretty much lose. It's a real scrappy, weird fight in the ladder room, but Nertz comes out ahead and gets his first kill on the board in the process, leaving Klim. And this time there is no reason for him to get over aggressive and throw the AWP away. In fact, it's not an AWP, it's the M4, pardon me. Still valuable, still needs to hold on to it for dear life if he can. And Liquid just starting to pull away. Again, as you highlighted, for those viewers that have just joined us, keep in mind, MIBR, they won the pistol and they were 2-0 up. And since then, it's been pretty one-sided in favor of Liquid.
Yeah, that really... It's not been much going in the way of MIBR since upgrading into an AK and making a bit of a run for it. He knows that they're going to be coming here, and unfortunately, not a lot of health left. He's going to end up going down. Liquid
to try and at least alleviate some of the pressures that will be building, as that smoke, I believe, just missed window. So that could be a potential problem, but ultimately it's going to try and make up for that. And Insani, third consecutive round, dies the exact same way. Bruh.
Did he just not see him at all? I feel like Insani had the view on top there. Missed flick, but doesn't really matter here. Klim in the middle goes down, no scope from ultimate. Yeah, you're right, unfortunately for Insani. And I think he is supposed to be for him individually, and doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. By the way, there was no window smoke this time. And they didn't blow open the smoke, like I said. But typically this kind of a setup means you're going to be going for some kind of a trick there. Sui trying to push forward here as Klim has found the one opening kill. Grenade right down in front. The pressure is on, but he's going to stand tall. That's really sick. A double kill before he's finally eliminated.
Did he just hit Naf as well? I think he did. I think he winged Naf on the way out. He like wide swung into the Molotov, realizing he was dead anyway. And I think he winged Naf. That's a huge shot. Great play for Klim. And now speaking of Naf, he is last man standing. Has no primary. Going to be switching across to the AWP. Should be a gimme, but he's missed his shot and he gets punished. 8-4 half anyway. Good half for Liquid, all things considered.
The thing that worries me is always the, the mental side of the game for them. But we'll hold the phone on this one because Naf is about to be testing those dualies.
Oh, it looks like they're working just fine. 2 kills for Naf. But there's Insani. Nertz, the meanwhile, though, going to be picking up the slack and picking up the head of Kickert. And now Insani and Exit have a tall task ahead of them, also isolated and secluded from one another. Insani getting up close and personal in the smoke, but Exit still needs to drop out of the apps and get that bomb plant. Insani, though, is going to be bodyguarding his IGL. Exit goes back in, but he is now last man standing. Glock up close. First shot is brisk. It is a nice one onto Sui. There needs to be 2 more where from that came from, and he's got the second, and he knows roughly where Elige is. Those Julies, though, picked up from the corpse of Naf, will be capable of clutching the round out. Way too close for comfort, but they get the job done. Naf now and 1-on-2, Kicker and Exit. Just clearing out their angles. Going to be going in for the bomb plant. They're not sure exactly where he is currently with that FAMAS. HE in tow. And now Naf is starting to make a move around. I don't know if he has any intention of actually going for this clutch, considering that there's been more than enough time for really good post-plant positions. He has no kit either, and still has a buffer of rounds to play with. So I think the FAMAS is going to be saved. Maybe look for an exit frag or an upgraded weapon. But yeah, this round is going to be going across to MIBR for sure. Okay, cool. Right, I'll cast Intel here Anders then, because I'm not sure if he's having tech issues or not. Either way, 10-5 the score. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to be getting into the action hot and heavy. MIBR picking up the pace, and it's going to be Nerd that holds the line with 2, and Shui from Shadow that strikes for another one. And this round over in the blink of an eye. It looked like MIBR may be able to muster up a little bit of momentum, but that's been quickly cut short. And Unleash doing something that MIBR did not do at any point on their CT side, and that's get aggressive and try and wrap around the back through underpass. And they have no idea about this. The consequences of this flank can be so severe. Unleash doesn't even need to fully commit to this. He'll just have the intel for days. And now they're going to start to line up as he sprays in for 2 players, and that's just job done. Sure, he goes down, but the intel and the kills that he picks up are worth so much. The other problem as well is, like, you kind of do need to try and escalate your economy forward as well if you are MIBR. Considering they did hero buy with that AK, so you almost do need to die, and then you get a bomb plant in the process. Oh, I say that, but Insani's lined up too. Ultimate and Shui trip over each other's shoelaces and now give an opportunity back into this round. Nerd's watching for the cross. Oh, he actually traces him while flashbang. That's a hell of a shot onto Kickert. And with 8 seconds left, Nerds is dunked on with the HE. This would be a ridiculous 2v4 clutch to keep MIBR alive on this map, and it's down to Naf. 11 kills by his name. Insani's also on for the ace, on top of the 1v2 clutch. As Naf is slowly protruding his way on triple, spots Insani but misses his chance, and now gives him an opportunity to return in kind, but Naf on the wide swing will not miss twice.
Making absolutely sure that no one's going to be able to break through this one, and towards the jungle as well. So putting up some pretty good utility here for a hit. They're also pretty much out of smoke, so they have to make something work. They're not going to find a single player inside of the site, so Liquid have just fallen back and said, yeah, you can have the bomb site. We'll take the rest of the map and then go for a bit of a retake later on. And they already start before the bomb is even planted. They get exit.
They do ultimate, though, is hanging by a thread on 2 HP. But there is that wraparound again from Nerds. That kind of constant looking to try and make a play, trying to get the advantage that we've seen on Liquid CT side has been such a difference maker. And that is the bomb denied, spilled out into the open. Nerds needn't re-peek. He can just hide in there and ramp and let the rest of his teammates encircle the T's. But he does lose his AWPer. Ultimate's been put down in the dirt. Spray from Naf is good. Starts tapping. And a lot of damage inflicted. 1 HP for Insani and 28 on Brennan. And it could not be a worse position right now, considering how little time there is left. They've been boxed into an awkward position, and Insani has to try and pull off a miraculous clutch, but it will not happen. Liquid will take the first map 13-5 and make it look so easy in the process.
Wow, you could tell how incredibly awkward, obviously sick play with the wall bang to stop that from going down to begin with. High fives for Liquid. Really solid map being played by them here. This is the kind of start that you're really hoping for a team like this one. Obviously been through.
What's new here today? The Slack, trash, like always. What? Holy shit! Whoa! What? Where am I?
Do you want to try?
Yes, I do.
Don't think. Come on.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
So not necessarily a crazy amount, but could be definitely enough to make a bit of a breakthrough. HE, we'll see if it's going to be used for the squeak door immediately. No, they're going to be walking around a little bit, so they might still do it, but now it feels like it could be sort of more of a fake to try and delay something. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that. So yeah, just sending it in as a bit of a warning. They run into the dualies though, and Ultimate and Naf will get a kill each before they start to try and wrap array. Ultimate was very low on health already, so they are definitely on him. I think they know that he's been gooshed, so trying to retreat to the next corner with the USP. Fires off a single shot. He just wanted that one attempt there, but back around the corner he goes. Nert's also very low on health here. The bomb soon to be planted surely, but they're actually running and taking the fight instead. They want to see if they can gun down somebody before they even go for it. And now I think, unfortunately, they might be in a bit of trouble here. Exit walking up behind. Oh, Elige fell off the sink just as Exit were looking to jump them. That would have been so sick otherwise, but I think, unfortunately, they might have missed their window here, MIBR. I think they had a chance for a bomb plant, but now it's kind of gone.
Merton screaming, but it is Klim that's on the server, and meanwhile, Shui just puts him down instantly. Throwing down the mollies ever so quickly.
Yeah, that running Molotov to the hut has become just so popular. You go back like a year and a half, that was not a thing that people were doing, but now it is. Look at Exit. He wants to play at the edge of the smoke, but no. Oh my god, Nerds was ready. I can't believe what an entry for Exit. Breno to follow it up with a double kill, but then ultimate from the high ground, trying to bring the round back now. Undetected, walks into the shot. Unfortunately, I think he had a moment where Klim had no idea that he was up there, but it's Insani with the headshot. It's MIBR.
On Elige, a couple for Shui and a smoke, and that's basically all the utility that they possess right now. Going all in on the firepower front. So potentially going to get aggressive outside of Squeaky here.
Could be interesting if they actually manage to do it in time. They are pushing up in the lobby behind Ultimate. One kill would do it right now, and he's gonna challenge the Molotov to get that one. Naf goes down. The flank is still in, like you said. Aggressive towards Squeak Door, but they can't run. This is the issue. They've got the right idea, but if they start running, obviously MIBR are going to know. So instead, Liquid have to keep on walking and just hope that they get here with just enough time to shock somebody. The bomb is going to be planted, though, and MIBR, they don't know it, but they've dodged a massive bullet already.
Yeah, now they can start to focus their attention on the ramp, where it becomes much more of a timing that makes sense. A 1-for-1 trade quickly turns into kicker on a double. And Ultimate can do little but save this orb. And that kind of felt like, you know, have you ever had one of those dreams where you're like punching in slow motion, Anders?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It kind of felt like that, right? Like you want to spur into action when you're those two players rotating around, but you know the second you start running, that sound cue goes across and it's completely wrecked. It's got to be frustrating for sure, but credit to MIBR.
He's in a good position where he's going to have the shadow advantage, assuming that they actually come through on that side. Ultimate here on the other side of things could be really scary. If either Nerds or Ultimate dies, the round, I think it's gonna disappear almost immediately. There's Nerds winning that first fight, and again, he has a big advantage. Out in the open is Ultimate, and he's surely gonna get traded out here. Oh, it's a great double kill. I'm surprised they don't jump him a little bit quicker than that. Kickit will find himself alone and with no chance at winning this round whatsoever.
Almost mission impossible, isn't it? Realistically, his mission has changed now to do as much damage as possible on your way out. He must know he's not going to be given the luxury of holding on to this AK, so he has to try and take as many players with him as possible. And two, that's a valiant attempt.
Yeah, that is a good point. We've seen it before. I mean, it's not a bad skill, I guess, to have if you can do both, but you just don't want to be suddenly a liability with the AWP. Obviously, that kind of counteracts the whole idea of being an AWPer, so... Nerds again playing in this corner that he got rocked in last time from Exit. Oh, he's managed to sneak his way down. All right, fair enough. Timing could be a bit weird because they are getting close here and they're going to run into the AWP of Ultimate outside. This time he's not going to miss the opportunity. Sue will get the one, but Exit is quickly on top of him. Good entry for him once again. Silige at the back of the site, and who better to try and hold on to the A-bomb site. He could have probably had that spray down. Nerds will show up for a double kill and they'll survive the round, but I think more importantly, they're going to get 2 AKs and stay alive with 3 people there. So Liquid, no, there's no space for it. Is there? He really, really wanted to be quick there. Gonna wait for the first grenade. Elige testing the proposition. Second one coming in, but none of them enough to... Oh, they go big quick grabs and starting tapping away and defeating Naf there. So 1-for-1 trade, but they do get spotted outside. So I think this time at least Liquid have a bit of a read on what's happening, although the A-bomb site, how's Breno got here?
There's Nerds. I was waiting for that flank to come through. He was a player pushed Squeaky earlier on. Exit now caught between two minds as Ultimate and Elige are going to pick apart the T's. Now, Exit does have the benefit of being unknown. He's incognito at this point, but Ultimate checks his angles and dials in for a 12th.
Heading towards... Ooh, not even the ramp. They're going to run back outside. That's crazy. There's nobody here.
3 players down on the site. Yep, it's completely open. Elige now finding out firsthand that there are multiple T's for him to contend with. The bomb plant already through. Shui has got himself the kill, but there is backup. Elige is going to be the spearhead once again, looking to try and crack open this site. As nades being tossed in as well, isolating off the control room with the smoke. Unleash goes in, but exit point blank with that Tech 9, not for the first time having success with it. Naf now needs to go through with a couple more kills as Kicker lines onto the P250 and bypasses, finally shut down from Nerds, but they're wasting so much time off that clock. And now Klim with his P250.
What?
Oh, is asking so much from him. It's another close one, but Liquid dial the digits and get the defuse.
But there is a huge potential upside for them, right? At least they've got 6 rounds, but they could go on to do a little bit better here. They still got the money for it. They got the AWP on ultimate. He's been playing really well. This time, though, Elige to fall right at the start of the round. Insani from up high, able to take him down in the yard. Oh, look at ultimate.
They may have lost the first player, but they're not slowing down here, Anders. Ultimate, what a position.
I mean, the bomb is in there while they're making their way. Honestly, if Sui dies, though, it might not matter that much. Oh, and will exit to find him. I think that forces Liquid to sort of start to rotate people around, and it's possible they're just going to dodge ultimate entirely. Nerds feeling the pressure, takes the fight. That's a great spray. Goes back for more, and he's so close to defeating Insani. Nerds trying to bring it back alone. You can see now ultimate's, because of the casualties on the other side, he's forced to sort of move forward into it, which is not really what he wanted to do to begin with. And I think he's potentially going to get jumped here. Picks up the AK instead. It's a nice start. He takes out Insani. What is happening? Can he go for another one? Kickett's on the other side. He will finally get the headshot and take down the ultimate, but that was about to be a sick round.
Yeah, I mean, Ultimate did above and beyond what you could have really expected. Unfortunately, Naf was just a little bit too slow on the rotation. And although they could squeak together a buy if Naf dies here, obviously he's just not feeling it. He's going to save instead. On 2 kills, it's been a rough one for him individually, but a really nice attempt from Ultimate. 14 kills to his name, well over 110 ADR. Going to try and get some exit frags. Good enough for the first one. Tries to weaken Kicker, who survives on 8 from the bomb blast.
Ramp is such a weird position to be in sometimes. I feel like it's especially rough when you have not that much control anywhere else on the map, so there's not a lot of guessing here. Some of the previous rounds, Liquid's real disadvantage has been that they don't really know where MIBR are now, but I feel like in this round they have such a great read of what's coming, and you can tell that because Nerds and Sui are already down here with a bit of a crossfire. Oh, this could be brutal. Nerds finally peeking in. Oh, he's been discovered, but they don't have a Molotov to get rid of him, so they have to get a bit closer, and that's not going to work out. He's so sharp right now. Flick through the smoke almost as he takes down Exit and keeps it going. The spray is in. He's found a 3rd kill, 4th actually, gunning for the ace in this round. If he could just get a little bit of backup, maybe they could flash him in for it. He's got the reload this time, and Kicked up inside of the smoke here, trying to stay alive. Nerds is going to be found, so we'll deny the ace if nothing else, but it's still great play from him individually. Pretty much won the round single-handedly from behind the bomb sites. Kick it here. Everyone's peeking at the same time. 7-5 at the end in favor of Liquid.
Stop fighting for skins in the game. Visit Hellcase.
7-5 though, we can't really celebrate too much for Liquid. It's still possible to throw this one away. They're now on the T side, and they're going to be rushing straight towards the ramp here. No slowing it down. Breno's calling it out, saying they're all showing up here, but the bomb plants should be secured at the very least for Liquid, and that's half the battle.
Ooh, that Molotov, it lands on 2 players, but Kickert's able to stand his ground and deliver onto Elige. As you highlighted, though, the bomb does get finalized.
No kit.
And now Shui. Oh, he's got the cross. Check this out. They expect this? They do, but it's half-assed. It's half-labored. One player not even looking there. Exit was anticipating the peek from the left-hand side, and they just get shut down. No kit not required in the end.
In rare form right now. I must be honest, watching the way that Twister's been playing on FaZe and just imagining this is the guy that Liquid lost. Not to say that, you know, oh, it's just Elige. Elige is a sick player, but he's not the one that's doing the work right now. It's Nerds and Ultimate. This Liquid team is looking super fresh and exciting. I'm actually getting a little bit hyped up, that is the Liquid trap, by the way. This is how they get us every time. Nerds, good opening. 1-for-1 trade to begin with. Breno, still in the garage, and yeah, free kill for him. Nobody knew that he was there. I'm getting sucked into the Liquid vortex again. I can feel it.
You're beginning to believe, Anders.
I've been here before. I don't want to.
It's a dangerous thing.
I need like a tattoo on my arm that just reminds me, don't do it.
they're not out of this round just yet. Get the drop onto Kicker and comes out ahead. Doesn't lose a huge amount of HP either. Could go in for seconds, but exits their deal with him. Meanwhile, though, it's all a ruse. Misdirection, smoke and mirrors as the bomb gets planted down on the B site. And Ultimate, the monster himself, is still alive. Needs to be slain. And Shui's going to be fed to the oncoming CTs, while Ultimate goes in for more. Shui wide swings while Molotov down and gets himself both the frags. It turns out he was the real danger after all.
I think that goes a long way. It's worth remembering even for professional teams that, unfortunately, if it's not that much fun to play, it just sucks all of the energy right out of the game for you.
Oh, Kicker. I think he was anticipating the exit would have his angles covered, but now gets both? I mean, one's bad enough. Both players is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. That's a wild entry. Triple for Nafin. The Rider's been a bit quiet. That was his 7th kill right there. But certainly enough to get them to 12, which, by the way, would be series point. And like you said, a chance to go to the playoffs, dodge the rest of the group stage here, and just kind of chill out for a little bit. Enjoy Shanghai, perhaps. Nert's going to get another kill. Him and Ultimate at 19 and 20 kills. That is so hard to compete with. Look at the other side. Well, but I think that's great news. I think, you know, because we know Elige can do it. We saw that on the opening map, so there's no question about it. But we don't want him to be under the kind of pressure where he has to do it every single time, which, you know, not to throw any shaded complexity, but it felt like for a minute there that was what was happening on that team, right? And I don't think that's a good mental state for him to be in, so it's got to be good to feel that way. Sui's going to get one. Another great opening here as they're on the A-bomb site, and Ultimate pre-firing practically that angle, or at least pre-aiming it. Renault running through the flames and right into the hell that's on the other side. Nerds spinning around and landing a double kill, and that's it. Liquid ending up with a victory here in a quick fashion against MIBR.
Well, if you had any doubts about sort of the mentality on the side of Liquid, that's one hell of a way to put those to the side for the time being, because when you're winning, you don't give a damn. Smiles on the face of everybody.